Hello barbecue enthusiasts, and happy Independence Day. It is the 4th of July 2020. Because I can't get my hands on and then try not to blow them off with M80s, cherry bombs, and that kind of thing anymore, I'm doing what a lot of red-blooded American boys and girls are doing today, and that's barbecuing. On this hallowed of American holidays, we'll make no distinction as to what's barbecue. We'll just say if you're cooking outdoors, you're getting it right. What do we got going on here today? Well, pretty routine. Just some ribs. Those are going to get wrapped here pretty quick. It's just the wife and I making dinner for ourselves, and a few extra racks so we can give them to friends and family. And it's starting to sprinkle, so I'm going to move inside because I don't have the waterproof camera today. There's Michi. Say hey, Michi.
Hey, Michi.
So we just got back from one of our regular trips up to the upper Midwest this last week, and while we were up there I had an opportunity to try a couple of new barbecue joints. The first was the Blue Moon Bistro in Ludington, Michigan. That's blue spelled B-L-U, no E. And they had some Missouri style ribs there as well as some smoked wings. I had to try both. So in both the case of the ribs and the wings, I got both unsauced. They had a variety of sauces for the wings. I asked about which one was hottest. I like spicy, so I always get pretty much the hottest they have on the menu. And the young lady waiting on us indicated that they had a sauce that's not on the menu. I think it was a Carolina Reaper based type deal. So they brought that out on the side, and it was pretty good. It was a little off-putting at first. It looked almost like kind of a cream-colored sauce, but it actually had really good flavor. The wings, not bad. Had just a hint of smoky flavor to them, not much. So, but apart from that, they were wings and they were good. The ribs, once again, very. I had the sauce on the side, and they again just had a very, very faint hint of smoke on them. So, and then it looked like from the grill marks that they'd been finished off on a grill. So pretty tough, not falling off the bone tender. So if you're looking for that kind of barbecue, you're not going to get it at the Blue Moon Bistro, but it wasn't bad. I'd give it a try if you happen to be there. So next barbecue place we went to was a place called Parker John's across the lake in Sheboygan, Wisconsin. And they have a number of locations. We just happened to eat at the one in Sheboygan. We didn't have ground transportation there, and it was within walking distance. It says on their menu they have a Southern Pride smoker, and they hickory smoke everything. And the several times that we walked by the place, it really smelled like barbecue. You could smell the hickory. And when we actually ate there for barbecue, we ate there twice. It's a barbecue and pizza joint, which maybe probably tells you a little bit about what you can expect. If they're doing more than one thing, they're probably not doing anything really, really well. Again, this place checks actually all my boxes. You could have gotten a burger there too. So, but over the 2 nights, I got barbecue one night, and then we had a pizza the other night. I'll get to the pizza here in a second, but the barbecue is the focus of this. So they had a Texas two-step, so I was able to get 2 different meats. And once again, I got the wings, and in this case, St. Louis-style ribs. They had a variety of sauces on the table. I tried them all. They were all pretty much so-so, so the ribs come out unsauced. But the funny thing about this, and I had to read it 3 times on the menu, it said you will need your teeth to get the meat off the bones or the ribs or something to that effect. And I thought, well, it's got to be a misprint. They must have meant you won't need your teeth to get the meat off these bones. And the wings, and this is a thing in the Midwest, they advertise a lot of places jumbo wings. To me, jumbo means really big. And these wings were not very big. I don't know where they get this. I'd like to see what they consider small wings, if little wings like this are jumbo wings. So anyway, I got the Texas two-step, which again included 2 meats, jumbo wings, sauce on the side. They had a ghostly hot, and the sauce was really good. It was not terribly spicy, but it had a really good flavor. So, and then the ribs, of course, because they have a variety of sauces, were unsauced. But I ate a few of the wings first. You only get 6 with this particular deal, and a half a rack of ribs. And then moved on to the ribs, and I went to cut the first one off, and okay, so the battery went dead, and I forgot where I was at, and had to move the camera around and everything else too, probably. So anyway, back at Parker John's in Sheboygan. Jumbo wings are small. Ghostly hot sauce was good. St. Louis style ribs, yes. I went to cut the first rib, and ribs really aren't, in my opinion, supposed to be crunchy. and these were. I mean, they were crunchy, brittle crunchy. It was no misprint on the menu. They were tough. It was like jerky on a bone. It was rather incredible, and absolutely no smoke flavor whatsoever. That goes for both the wings and the ribs. For all the barbecue smoke we smelled from their Southern Pride smoker going out there, there was no smoke flavor whatsoever, and definitely finished off on a grill. There were blackened sear marks on the ribs. So if you're looking for barbecue, yeah, I can't say that probably Parker John's is the place you want to go in Sheboygan. Now, as I say, we did go back there a couple of nights later for pizza, and the pizza was really good. I really liked it. I think we had a choice of crusts. I'm kind of a thin crust guy. I prefer toppings and not filling up on a lot of bread. So we had that option, and our typical pizza has Canadian bacon sausage, pepperoni, black olive, mushroom, and something hot. Be it green chilies, serrano peppers, jalapenos, whatever's available. We had jalapenos there that night because that's what was available. And much to our surprise, the jalapenos were not only fresh, but they had some kick to them. So it was a good pizza. So I can definitely recommend Parker John's for pizza, but barbecue, not so much. The only bad thing about the pizza is they cut it in squares. It's a round pizza, but they cut it in squares. And we ate at 2 places that did that up there. I know a rose by any other name, but still, a round pizza ought to be cut in pie slices, in my opinion, but that's just me. Okay, so that's about it. Video for the sake of making a video on Independence Day 2020. I'm feeling a little sappy and sentimental, especially in view of recent events, so I wanted to add this because I can do whatever the hell I want. It's my video on my channel. This is an excerpt from a letter from John Adams to his wife Abigail, somewhere around the signing of the Declaration of Independence. It was actually dated July 2nd, 1776. I'm going to substitute that date with Independence Day. Independence Day will be the most memorable epoch in the history of America. I am apt to believe that it will be celebrated by succeeding generations as the great anniversary festival. It ought to be commemorated as the day of deliverance by solemn acts of devotion to God Almighty. It ought to be solemnized with pomp and parade, with shows, games, sports, guns, bells, bonfires, and illumination from one end of this continent to the other, from this time forward forevermore. Have a dandy day. That was me, not John Adams.